Well, after some fooling around, I got the hole drilled through it, and I did do it on the drill press and was able to bring the table up and leave the bit down in the hole, and obviously got it to go straight through. It seems to be pretty straight, so now I got to pare off the corners and we'll see what we get. Well, I chopped it out and pared it off. It turned out to be a lot more work than I thought it would be in trying to get it straight through. And the first thing I did was crack it at the top. Right here there's a split in the wood, so when I put the chisel in and whacked it, first thing it did was split. So this is a test piece now, and so we'll see if it fits on here. And there we go. It's a fairly tight fit, flat, and over here it's good, and then this, I think I'll just have to pare it back so that it meets there better. I'll have to go back and look at the drawing and see if that's the way it's supposed to look. Otherwise I'd have to bring the hole forward more, and more of it would overlap here, but it would get closer to the front. So I'll have to investigate that. Well, I looked over the leg in the drawing, and it does look like it is in the right position, so I'm going to keep it, although it does have those split in the front here. We'll see if we can repair that. Anyway, this back quarter here, I marked it out. It needs to be cut out, so I'm going to cut that on the bandsaw and try and leave the line and try to do it as careful as possible, because I'll have less planing to do. So let's give that a shot now. Let's see how it fits. So here's the cutout that we just did, and it slips in, and this 1/4 inch back here goes into the we have to cut a slot in the corner of the table apron to accommodate that 1/4 inch there. So that'll give us some place to, again, we're going to drive a screw into there, but it'll sit nice and tight in that mortise. So, it looks acceptable. We can round that over and make it meet nice in that, but I'm wondering whether or not I should cut this first before I chop out the mortise after I drill the hole. Whether or not this will be too weak, then end up with more splitting up here. I don't know. Something to think about. So I rounded over the knee here to be flush with the turret. But what bothers me a little is that the edge of the cabriolet leg here is short of the turret by about 1/16 of an inch there. So that profile will probably be alright. I mean, it'll get cleaned up yet. So I think these should be exactly flush here. So that means bringing the leg forward about 1/16 of an inch. So I could trim the tenon here 1/16 of an inch, but then it'll be loose. So since I have to remake this anyway, I think I'll make the mortise smaller so that I can trim the tenon then to match. So I turned a new block, and I've decided to go with 1 1/8" tenon, and instead of drilling and paring, I've decided to use my hollow chisel mortiser here, which does a lot better job and it's a lot easier. It doesn't go all the way through, but I started on the other side and went as deep as I could go and then turned it over, and so we'll see how it comes out. So there we have it, straight through, and we'll fit the leg in, no cracking this time so far, and we'll see how it goes. So this is the latest one that I've completed, and it's the second one. The first one was, of course, a prototype, but I chopped this out with the hollow chisel mortiser. Worked much better, and I did have to do a little bit of paring to get it to fit. So see how it fits when it's tight. Pretty good. This needs to be shaped a hair more, and but we're gonna put the leaf on the knee anyway, so it'll all be carved. But I think I got one done, so we'll have to repeat the process 3 more times. So I've turned all the turrets at this point, the solid ones, and the first time I drilled it out with a Forstner bit and then paired it with a chisel, and that didn't work out too well. So now I'm going to cut them out with my hollow chisel mortiser. So I made a little jig there to hold them in place and got them squared up, and So we're going to try this out, see how well it goes. That's about it. It goes most of the way through, and just a matter of working our way around the square. Well, after I cut the mortises out on the hollow chisel mortiser, I did have to do a little trimming to get them onto the tenons then. But as you can see now, the cabriolet leg needs to be adjusted to meet the turret. So I'm about half done. Here's one that's finished. We have the curve coming up to the right up to the turret. So that one's done, and the other one there is finished. So I'm working on this one right now. You can see it's getting close. It's a little flat here yet. Flat over there. So what I've been using is these small rasps to round that over. So 1.5 more to go.